My connection to Bretton royalty was that Peterborough Presents invited me to nominate if I felt that there was someone that we could honour, and I did think that there were people we could honour. I nominated two people that I felt had quite a difficult time during the pandemic.
Someone said to me, we're doing a project where some people in Bretton, this close-knit community, we want to make them feel special. And I was like, oh, it's very nice of you to think of me. And this person then said, actually, it wasn't us, it was the people of Bretton have chosen you. And that was really, really nice. But the actual process of meeting a bunch of these people, it was, I've made some friends. It was very different from what I was expecting. I think going in and interviewing, I felt a little bit like I might be on trial. Yeah, who are you? Why are you giving me a poem? Who wants a poem? So Craig, who was an architect, I'd shown, he didn't really like poems as a general rule, not against them, but just wasn't really fussed. I was like, I'm not going to write you a poem, I'm going to create you a gift that links to your love of architecture. And so it was this little house with words on, and he'd already seen some of my creative experimental poetry before, and he was like, I like the experimental stuff. So it was tapping in to their individual, not just their likes, but their modes of communication. Jane Martin, her religion's very important to her, and she also kept stuff on her walls. She liked inspirational things, so it made sense to give her something that was a bit more maybe prosaic, I guess, and say this is an inspirational wall hanging, because that's how she already communicates.
Yeah, I think Kirsty, who I did the lovely the sort of yellow oak tree for, she really kind of struck a chord with me. I think because we were talking to her on Zoom, and the way that she was kind of explaining all this sort of imagery and her favourite colours and all these plants and animals that she likes, and how she's so passionate about those things, and about the kind of little bugs and things that she has in her garden, that really inspired me. And when she was talking about that, it was already building the picture in my mind about what I would draw for her. Oh, it was really nice. I always feel a bit like, oh, I really hope they like it, but they all really loved them, and that was so nice for me, and that was rewarding in itself to see their responses. And Kirsty, the lady that I mentioned earlier, she I didn't go to hers, but she sent me such a lovely email, and then she sent me a little present and a lovely letter. So just to kind of get that feedback was so nice, and it was just lovely to be part of that.
You want to see it?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Excuse the jingle jangle.
We like a jingle jangle.
Sounds like Santa's sleigh bells are coming. There we go. Oh, I forgot to tell you what it was called. It's called The Secret Garden. It's rather special. I've never had anyone, other than the children, make something that you want to keep.
I only found out about it just about 3 months ago when Helena contacted me and asked me about Peter being involved.
And Peter has a really quirky, unique character. He loves shiny things. He has movies that he really loves. So he's got a really distinctive taste and personality. And I just think Peterborough Presents found the most perfect people to make something for Peter. But it went beyond itself, because actually as a whole church we shared in what he was given as a performance.
I told him there was going to be something special being done for him, but we didn't know what it was. And I didn't really know, not up until the time. And at first I thought it was going to be outside our front door or something. I'm glad it was the church instead, because it involved everybody.
So Graham I didn't know very well, but I had been to his house, and I knew he had a love of dogs, because he had a beautiful greyhound living in his living room, but he also had pictures on his wall of greyhounds, and I thought, no, this is really interesting for someone who cannot see himself. This animal is so precious to him that he wants other people to be able to look at pictures when they come into his house. I felt that I was given a really strong sign of the way to go. And, you know, the bond between humans and their dogs, it can be so strong, and I think it's obviously very strong there. And I know that we hit just the right note with the commissioned sculpture of a greyhound.
I mean, over the years we've had obviously different people come and go, people move, they die, you know, things change, but generally speaking it's a good community.
I've learnt from lockdown that communities that were strong beforehand have been able to remain strong. And I think it's an invitation to all of us to keep on renewing our community bonds with each other. So if we do happen to face something as difficult as this in the future, we know where our strength lies, and it lies in being together.
The Bretton Royalty project to me was a project that was put together to support and inspire people in the Bretton area as a community, to find those who do a lot for the area but never get any recognition. I suppose it's nice to actually do more with the area, to sort of see how things will actually go on, how people will be recognised, or how things will work in the future as a community.
I think it's a lovely way to run our projects. I think why not? I think engaging people on a more personal basis is a really good way to get art out there more. I think sometimes people just don't know what art projects are going on, or they seem inaccessible, or just because they feel like it's maybe not for them, it's not their kind of artwork. Whereas this, because it's so personalised, it's definitely, they'd feel like, yes, it's something that they can engage with.
Bretton Royalty, as a project, has been about making people feel special. Whether they've done something, whether they've created some great heroic feat, or whether they've had a bit of a tough time. Because everyone deserves to feel special at some point. And some people don't have enough people in their lives to tell them they're special.
This has been a very interesting project because of this partnership. So that's the partnership between Peterborough Presents, the artist, the nominator and the recipient. And it's kind of like all those four connections need to come together to get it right. And I think you know when it's worked well, because that greyhound was full of love and you could really feel it. And I know Graham responded in such a heartfelt way to it, both at the time of receiving it and later expressing his real heartfelt gratitude for it. And I guess that's when something works, when you can feel the love in it.
Someone thinks you're special and that you deserve to know it. Someone thinks you're thoughtful and thinks of you in return. Someone sees you working hard and hopes your work rewards you. Someone sees you making plans and making them happen regardless. Someone knows why you're not always here, but wants you to know you are missed. Someone sees you keeping on, which keeps them keeping on too. Someone wishes you could see yourself, because your normal to them is extraordinary. So on your darkest days, remember, while absence makes the heart grow fonder, it's love that makes the heart grow stronger. And you are seen and loved, my friend, by someone who thinks you're someone.